Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final awards ceremony of the Trackmania Awards 2019, where we're going to be revealing the winners of the 27 different awards up for grabs. I am Thomas Mengozi, aka GGeek, and I will be your host for tonight, and accompanying me with a few connection issues I must be sitting on his end is Eirik Holdal. Hello Eirik, thank you for being here, and I hope everything is going good on your end. Yes. Finally close. Yeah, exactly. So you can actually hear how everything is going on the Eirik's end. So I'm going to do my best to go through the hosting as much as I can. So let me just make sure that everything is going through for the music. There we go. Yeah, Eirik is not dead. He's still here. He's just having a little bit of a tough time. A few teleports, a few voice jumps, as I like to say. So we have 27 different awards up for grabs, and yeah, we are now with the different winners. And let's start out with our first category with you, with a little reminder of the nominees for the very few awards, shall we? So, first up for grabs was Story of the Year, which actually for which you voted for the story that marks 2019 in Trackmania. And the four nominees were the comeback of Trackmania United with all the leagues being restarted, Lauz's 200 Trackmania Turbo World Records achieved in March 2019, the Nadeo story with only 9 out of 65 world records staying unbeaten, and the entrance of the Trackmania Grand League with all of the disruption that came with it. You guys have been a bunch of people actually voting, and we got the results right here for this first one, which is, of course, you might have seen it coming for some. It is Lauz's 200 STMs that took the crown with 45.6% of all the votes. So yeah, to give you some context, Lauz had already started the year with 130 STMs under his belt, with 70 of the most difficult and random tracks in Trackmania Turbo left. And the final map, 004, was all about a random cut, and it took Lauz 42 hours to get, concluding this insane journey, arguably the most insane achievement ever on Trackmania.
Yeah, I heard about it. Of course, it's... Yeah! Yes! It's done! Yes! Oh my god!
Moving on to our second award category in here, we've got the first of the player award categories. We have Lagoon Player of the Year. Your choice was between Marius89, Lauz, Vertex, and Bresso. Music too loud? Okay, let me just... Music a tad too loud? Okay, it must be said that I don't really have any monitoring. It's a bit on and off, so... Thank you for telling me if anything's happening during the... if anything is happening good now? Okay, cool. Sorry for that. We'll try to salvage that in post if possible. So yeah, Lagoon Player of the Year. The nominees were Marius89, Lauz, Vertex, and Bresso. Well, the votes are in, and you guys have voted Lauz as Lagoon Player of the Year with 47.7% of the votes. Marius89 coming at second at 35.7%. Lauz, for context, had grabbed all 50 Lagoon STMs from 33 at the start of 2019. He won 2 out of 3 XD races outright, with a second place on the third one, and also a second place on the XD race time attack map, and he won the only Lagoon Countdown KO. Moving on to our third category and our third award, we have Content Creator of the Year. People that I've shown throughout 2019 by their contributions to the community in the form of podcasts, title packs, and whatever. So, the nominees here were Bing Bang 1112 and not 112, Florenzius, Erwin Weber, and Arcus. And here is your final vote. The winner of Content Creator of the Year is... Oh shit, sorry, wrong slide, that was backwards. Okay, Content Creator of the Year then is Erwin Weber, who won it with 33.2% of the votes, and Big Bang 112 actually coming somewhat close with Big Bang 1112, sorry, coming somewhat close with 29.6%. So, of course, you might know Erwin Weber as being the man behind ASAC, which he kept alive throughout 2019 with regular seasons and whatnot. He also created the ASAC podcast along with Scotsman and Eirik, among others, to discuss the competitive scene actuality, and he's also created the competitive open map pool concept, which is still alive to this day. Moving on to our fourth category in this list, we have another player category up for grabs, and it is Canyon Player of the Year. People that have shown through their performances in the Canyon environment throughout the entire year of 2019. The 4 nominees were Mebe12, Riolu, Cloud, and Suron. And yeah, some people might have already twigged that you have actually voted Riolu unanimously with 54.4% of votes. Mebe12 coming in second with 22.4%. Burim has actually won the SCLCEP Season 5 along with Team Sun, part of Team Sun along with Lars, Taxon, and Marius. He's also won 2 maps out of 3 on that grand final outright. He came out twice, he won twice the TTC Canyon and also won the Professional Enduro Cup Canyon. Moving on to our next award. Award number 5 of 27 is Team of the Year, the team that has illustrated itself with some of the biggest performances so far in Trackmania in 2019. So, the 4 nominees were Fury, Venture, Funtime, and Pulse. And your winner, and your voted winner is Team Fury with 54.1% of the votes, with Pulse coming in second with 22.5%. Fury, Fury, for context, has won the Trackmania Open Team Cup 2019, Trackmania Masters Team Cup 2019, the first season of the Trackmania Championship Series, and the 2019 Playoff Team Cup, along with, and to round it all off, a 4th place at the Trackmania Stars CPS 2019. Our next award up for grabs is another player category, which is Valley Player of the Year, the people that have actually been the winningest on the Valley environment throughout the year. The 4 nominees are Riolu, Marius89, Lars, and Voyager 006. And already the spam here with the Riolu name, and you guys are right. You guys have voted Riolu for Valley Player of the Year with an astonishing 67.1% vote percentage. Riolu has won 21 Smurfs Cup Valley in 2019. He also won a TTC Valley, 1 Professional Enduro Cup, and also 7 MXKO Valley under his belt. Moving on to the next category upwards on our list, we've got Offline Event of the Year, which attracted the most crowds or actually gathered the most passionate matches and whatnot. The 4 nominees are Gamers Assembly, the ZRT Trackmania Cup, the Spheris Cup, and the Gaming Winterfest. You guys have voted in, and the winner is the ZRT Cup with 68.7% of votes, with gathering around over close to 8,000 people at the Strasbourg Zenith in France, along with over 100,000 viewers in the over on Zerator's Twitch, showcasing the game to a scene that we don't really see all that often in Trackmania. Moving on to our next category in this list, we have the Online Event of the Year, recording some of the best or most attended, or perhaps just some of the most fun online events to attend. The nominees were the 3rd edition of Aliens and Casuals, From Zero to Hero, Kakiest Kaki, and the 24-hour race. You guys have voted in masses for this one, and the winner is Kakiest Kaki with 35.9% of the votes, with From Zero to Hero only collecting 25.4% of those votes. Kakiest Kaki returned for this edition with its unique mapping style and method, leaving a challenge for even the most experienced tricksters in the game. A hunt period lasting just around a month resulted in race faces from all over the community trying their luck on some of the most unforgiving tracks we've seen on this side of the Impossible Trials. Moving on to the next category, number 9. Category number 9 out of 27 this year, we've got the Skin of the Year, rewarding one of the best looking skins so far in 2019. The 4 nominees were Pulse 3 skin by Ozix, True Angels by Anto, and 2 entries by Shumi, first one being the Berlin International Gaming skin, and the other one being Devil's One. You guys have voted, and you've got voted Shumi, one of Shumi's entries, but not the Berlin International Gaming. You have actually voted Devils, the Devils One skin by Shumi with 36% of the votes. And actually, Azix was a close contender with 34% of the votes gathered by Azix's skin for Team Pulse. So here's a quick look at this skin. A combination of really astonishing blue and purple hues along with abstract shades and the signature detailing work for Shumi make for a skin that turned quite a few heads in the year, standing tall and proud above the rest. On to the next category of the artist, which is directly related to Skin of the Year. We've got none other than Skinner of the Year, rewarding some of the most people that have been produced the most quality skins, or some of the best, or just flat out went more. The 4 nominees were Shumi, Collar, Onto, and Groove. And the result of that vote is that you guys have actually voted Shumi as Skinner of the Year 2019 with 46.5% of the votes, Collar coming in second with 26.7%. Shumi has provided some amazing skins to the community and has a proof skin for the biggest Trackmania competition, the Trackmania Grand League, providing skins from skins from Devils One. He also provided for Berlin International Gaming, Gamers Origin, among others. Moving on to our next category, we've got Performance of the Year, rewarding some of the biggest performances that most impressive performances that we've seen in Trackmania throughout the year. The 4 nominees were Danik B at the 24-hour race, Papu at the Gamers Assembly Dirt, the Czech Republic and Slovakia at the World Team Cup, and Carl Jr. in the Trackmania Grand League group stage. And your community voted winner for Performance of the Year is Carl Jr. at the Trackmania Grand League group stage with 63.2% of your votes. Papu only collecting 12.7% for his Gamers Assembly Dirt performance. Carl Jr. Played all 10 steps and he found himself at first place with 636 points collected, over 50% more than Pact of 407. The most interesting fact is that out of 50 maps played, Carl Jr. stayed in the top 8 and did not drop out once. Video sounds, yeah, that's pretty much here. That's pretty much he did it for the other clips from the previous ceremony, so nobody else came even close to doing the same, which really shows how dominant he was from start to finish in the entire Grand League group stage. Moving on to the next category on our list, we've got Community Person of the Year. Some of the people that have actually made a valuable contribution to the Trackmania community in any way, shape, or form. Our 4 nominees were Erwin Weber, Lauz, Eirik Holdal, and Mike. You guys have voted, and I'm already seeing the chat getting completely fired up, and yes, you guessed it, Eirik Holdal, none other than your Trackmania coverage expert, has been voted Community Person of the Year 2019 with 61.9% of the votes, with Lauz coming in at 22.1% in second place. Eirik has been at the forefront of journalism side, providing in-depth coverage of events both offline and online, willing to cover every single event in 2019, also famous for his Trackmania podcast series, Inside the Events, backstage footage. And yeah, he's been providing something that's been sorely missed over the past few years in Trackmania with that side of the coverage in the esports scene of our beloved game. Moving on to the next category on our list, and sorry, this one is another no-sound clip here. I'm kind of working with the stuff that I had from the previous ceremony, it must be said. Next up, we have Caster of the Year, rewarding some of the people that have actually casted the most, or casted with the biggest quality, some of the biggest events at Trackmania throughout the year. The 4 nominees for this category were Necrua, Riolu, Cousin, and Scotty. You guys voted in, and you guys have made it kind of easy, and it is Riolu who has been voted Caster of the Year with 59.2% of the votes. Necra coming, honorable mention to Necra, who came out second with 28%, but nonetheless a quality caster. Yeah, Riolu, well, he's casted a bunch of competitions, from Zero to Hero Grand Final, Planet Dirt Cup Grand Final, the Grand Final for the Air France Cup qualifiers, Spheres Cup, World Team Cup, Blanc Cup, ENC3, Man vs. Man, and the list goes on so long that it cannot be possible to be exhausted. But he still has one event that stands tall and proud above the rest, and that's the inaugural season of the Trackmania Grand League, or the beta season, should I say. Moving on to the 14th award up in this list, we have the Movie of the Year, rewarding some of the best cinematographic work or just some of the best after movies in general in Trackmania. The 4 nominees were Run by Trackmania, Team Zero's 2019 Showcase by MCYC, Limbo by Dunix, and the 2019 Gamers Assembly After Movie by Shorts. You guys voted for this one, and you guys have voted the 2019 Gamers Assembly After Movie by Shorts with 46.6% of votes collected by the 2018 Movie Maker of the Year nominee. Anyways, Limbo coming in with 29% of the votes. So yeah, in terms of what this movie is all about, well, Shorts took care of the 2019 edition of the Gamers Assembly movie, and he turned that movie into a real piece of art with brilliant camera work and perfectly handling the alteration between game clips and real-life clips, which are quite hard. Add to that the great color grading and a nice music choice to create a special atmosphere, and you see what makes this movie unique. Moving on to our next category in this list, we are going to move on to Movie Maker of the Year. We're awarding the movie makers who have been the most productive or the most qualitative in their output on YouTube throughout 2019. Our 4 nominees here were Boom, Lauz, MCYC, and Shorts. And you guys have voted. You guys have actually been spamming this one right now, and it is indeed Shorts, who is your 2019 Movie Maker of the Year with 50.5% of the votes. Lauz coming in second with 28.7%. Nominating the 2018 Movie Maker of the Year seemed to be quite obvious, considering how consistent Shorts was this year again. His work ranging from map showcasing to movies, passing by skin trailers, are all of a professional quality standard, and highlights his incredible versatility only few on the Trackmania scene can match. In 2019, he uploaded 118 videos, which represents almost 10 videos a month. His dedication is vastly known within the community, making him a reference in terms of Trackmania video making. Moving on to our next category, we have Streamer of the Year, rewarding some of the people that have been streaming the most consistently Trackmania Stadium on Twitch. The 4 nominees were Spam, Ceramix, Virtual, and Riolu. Your Streamer of the Year for 2019 is Riolu with 36% of the votes, Spam coming in second with 30.2%, Virtual coming in third with 23.1%. Riolu streamed almost every day throughout the entire 2019 year, and his journey was all about collecting a lot of solo campaign records, so Trackmania Super Track Masters and Trackmania Turbo. No matter the version of TM or what environment, he was always hunting those world records. He's also been participating to weekly cups or some of the biggest events, and also casting important competitions or smaller ones. We also saw him speedrunning Trackmania Turbo at the ESA Speedrun Marathon, hosting events, as well as being an important inspiration of memes. Moving on to our next category in this list, we have Fastest Player of the Year, who have been posting some of the most incredible times in Trackmania throughout the entire year. The 4 nominees are Kappa, Riolu, Grenady, and Novice. The fastest player of the year for 2019 is none other than Velocis Mr. Krumpolch Kappa with 39.8% of the votes collected, Riolu coming in second with 31.4%. Kappa is known for having some of the strongest and best records when it comes to competitive maps, with 7 out of 10 world records of the playoff map pack from TMGL, 4 out of 5 for GA, 4 out of 5 for Gaming Winterfest, 2 out of 3 for Man vs. Man Winter, and a 1 world record at the World Team Cup. Our next player category here is Dirt Player of the Year, who have been rewarding the players who have illustrated themselves with really great performances on the dirt surface for 2019. The 4 nominees were Kosho, Mad, Fire, and Deska. You guys have voted, and your 2019 Dirt Player of the Year is Kosho with 52.4% of the votes, Fire coming in second with 28.2%. Kosho has most notably won the Trackmania Open Dirt, he has also won the 24-hour Dirt along with Team Fox, came second at the Trackmania Dirt League, and placed 4th at the Gamers Assembly Dirt 2019. Well, we're going to award number 19 already. We are coming into Fullspeed Player of the Year, who have illustrated themselves going over 600 kilometers an hour plus with some of the biggest achievements in that environment in 2019. The 4 nominees of this category are Dan, Sinasape, Hunter, and Kid. You guys have been voting, and you guys seem to have voted for one of the long-standing figures here, and it is actually Kid, who is your 2019... Oh, shit. Yeah, another backward jump here. I guess you can say GGeek now with another one. That's a nog here. Anyways, for Fullspeed Player of the Year, here we go with Kid. 42% of the votes awarded for Kid, with Dan coming in second with 33.1%. Kid, always on top of records and ranks, won the GA Assembly Full Speed in 2019 for the 4th time in a row. The French player missed half of the Trackmania Open Full Speed, however, which was the main solo competition in Full Speed, and got 3rd place at the Meta Cup with AAA, along with 3rd place with the same team at the Full Speed League. He teased the future retirement from the competitive scene after the 2020 Gamers Assembly Full Speed Tournament, which is now called the Full Speed League Glitched Edition. 20th award for this year, we've got Tech Player of the Year. Players who have illustrated themselves in the tech style of play throughout the entire year. Your 4 nominees were Kappa, Tween, Danik B, and Dexter. You guys have been voting, and your 2019 Tech Player of the Year, community voted, is Kappa with 49.6% of the votes, with Dexter coming second with 20.1%. Kappa has consistently delivered top placements throughout the year in both online and offline. In stellar performance in the Man vs. Man tournament, winning the event after beating Dexter in the grand finals, and he proved to be a benchmark of what a top tech player looks like. He then continued on to show high-level performances by winning Gaming Winterfest, and placing second at the Gamers Assembly, just behind Pac. If that wasn't enough, he also helped the Czech Republic and Slovakia squad winning the World Team Cup, and if that was not enough either, he decided to go ahead and win the beta season of the Trackmania Grand League just like that. Moving on to award number 21 out of 27 for these Trackmania Awards 2019, we've got RPG Player of the Year. Your 4 nominees in that category were Tourist, Scandia, Chocolate, and Virtual. I'm seeing that the chat is kind of like divided. I'm seeing GG Scan, Tourist, Virtual. What is your prediction on, guys? Well, I guess I'm not gonna make the suspense last any longer. You guys have been voting Tourist as your Trackmania RPG Player of the Year with 36.6% of votes. Virtual coming in second with 29.8%. Tourist has been ranking first on the Atlas 2 solo Time Attack solo ranking. He also won Night Cup number 20. He's second on the Atlas 2 team ranking with different events, and also holds over 50 new world records throughout 2019 on RPG maps, including Maru, Elium Londor, and Sagarahara. Moving on to the next category up in our list, we have the Most Improved Player of the Year. Some of the people that have been on the up and up throughout the entire year of 2019 and have performances to prove it. Moving on, the 4 nominees here were Afi, Gwen, Sebi, and Grenady. Interesting. Well, it seems that you guys have had it wrong all along. Your 2019 Most Improved Player of the Year is not Afi. It is actually... Oh, another tourist. Slightly got messed up with the hotkeys. Anyways, your Most Improved Player of the Year is Gwen with 41.5% of the votes. Afi coming in second with 35.1%. Gwen became the man to beat in many big competitions, as he showed throughout the entire year on mixed style maps. He won Spheres Cup, where he clean swept his opponents for 7 rounds at the beginning of the grand final. He's also won the Parallel Universe Cup, as well as the next event Royale Cup and the LAT Cup. In addition, along with his teammate Wengobear, as part of Gwenobear duo, he reached the semifinals of the ZRT Cup. Moving on to our next category in this list, we have Match of the Year. Some of the giving you the opportunity to choose some of the most exciting matches that we have seen in Trackmania throughout the entire year of 2019. Your 4 nominees were Man vs. Man Grand Final, the From Zero to Hero Grand Final, the Spheres Cup Quarterfinal, and the ZRT Cup Quarterfinal. You guys are again trying to call it out, and in fact, your winner for Match of the Year is the ZRT Cup Quarterfinal with 44.1% of your votes collected, with the From Zero to Hero Grand Final collecting in 25.6%. So yeah, this was the quarterfinal between Gwen Gobert, Ayako, and so on. And yeah, Ayako going for a really low strat to actually deny Default his qualification, and actually qualifying him and his teammate Wozel to the playoffs in Strasbourg.
Ce serait plutôt soit Default, soit Int qui partirait se qualifier. Oh, ça a touché, les deux ont touché! Les deux ont touché! Ayako revient sur la première place. On va voir sur le saut final. Tout va se jouer ici. C'est Ayako qui passe. Et Ayako est passé, mesdames et messieurs. Tout le monde a choke. Et Ayako, en ayant choke le début sur...
Moving on to our next award up for grabs. Moving on to our next award up for grabs, we have the Competitive Map of the Year award, rewarding some of the best maps that we've seen so far in the entire Trackmania scene on the competitive side throughout 2019. Our 4 nominees in this category were Voyage of Time, Exhale, Sugar, and Tides of Time. What do you guys think is this one? Well, you guys have actually voted. Have actually guessed it right. You guys have actually been voting, and your winner is Voyage of Time by Wouter with a 59.5% vote rate, with Exhale coming in second with 15.8. So yeah, that was the 4 Styles Cup map made by Wouter, which showed again his rather unique map style from his previous map, successfully combining elements from all Trackmania disciplines with tech, dirt, and full speed, as well as RPG, being strongly represented in the map lasting just under 10 minutes, but holding a consistent flow as typical with his mapping style, combining the different sections effortlessly, resulting in a map which, while being difficult, is all worth the effort, and resulted in some spectacular battles in the event between some of the strongest all-rounders we've seen competing. Moving on to our next category up for grabs, award number 25 already, only 3 awards to go. With this one, we are going to see who you voted as Competitive Mapper of the Year. The 4 nominees in this category were Slays, Kaisla, Thompson, and Wouter, with rewarding people who have been contributing some of the best and sometimes the most maps in the entire year of 2019. Nadeo Lab, Kappa coming in with a Nadeo Lab answer. Yes, the answer is 42 here. Anyways, you guys are starting to call it in here, and I'm seeing a lot of, I'm seeing somewhat split. I'm seeing a few Kaislas, I'm seeing Thompsons in there, and yeah, some of you guys have actually been right. Your 2019 Competitive Mapper of the Year is Kaisla with 42.7%, sorry, of the votes collected by the mapper. Thompson coming in second with 26%. Kaisla has contributed maps for the Trackmania Grand League, Man vs. Man, Gaming Winterfest, Gamers Assembly, Trackmania Masters Team Cup, World Team Cup, Trackmania Championship Series, From Zero to Hero, and many others, as well as the Christmas Enduro Race map. Moving on to our 26th award, second to last award, guys, is the Player of the Year award. You guys had to vote for the player who has been having some of the starkest performances in Trackmania throughout 2019 and who you actually won your heart. Player of the Year nominees for this year were Kappa, Papu, Pac, and Carl Jr. You guys are making their call, and here is your vote results. The Player of the Year for 2019 is none other than Carl-Anthony Cloutier, Carl Jr. with 53.2% of the votes collected by the Canadian. Kappa coming in second with 33.8% of the votes. Carl Jr. has 2 main performances to his credit, with a win alongside Bren at the ZRT Trackmania Cup 2019, and also the aforementioned Performance of the Year award as well, with the first place in the Trackmania Grand League Beta Season Group Stage with 636 points to his credit. Now then, final award up for grabs, and yeah, here we go then. Moment of the year, the moment that actually stuck out to your mind. throughout the entire year of 2019, and that is actually one of the most memorable that we've seen. So, your 4 nominees here were the Playoff Team Cups triple tie, the Trackmania Grand League Path vs. Brand moments, the Aliens and Casuals tie for second, and finally, Modus Speech. I'm gonna let this one run a little bit. What's your guys' calling here? Which one of these 4? Well, I guess it's time to reveal the awards. Some of you have actually got it right. And it is none other than Pack and Bren at the Grand League's Consolidation Final. 62.7% of the votes collected for that one. Modus Speech coming in second with 17.55% of the votes. So, again, I like to do this one. So, picture the scene. Trackmania Grand League Beta Season, Consolidation Final. Final round of the match between Pack and Bren deciding first place, and deciding third place, sorry. With Spam not being able to attend the Grand Finals, the winner of this round goes to the Paris Games Week to fight for the title for the beta season. The battle is fierce on track. The suspense is at its peak. And then, this happens.
Bren with the drift. Pack gets a bit more exit speed. Who's gonna get it now? It will be Bren that chokes a little bit. Not the great speed! And they both crash into the same pole! What do you mean? And it will be Bren! No! No, 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 no.
Luckily, there's a happy ending to the story, though. Both Pack and Bren will end up playing the Grand Finals, as Carl Jr. was not able to attend, thus enabling Pack to go to the Paris Games Week to go play the Grand Final. And so, there you have it. We've already got the awarded players out of the way. So yeah, thank you to everyone who voted here. Thank you for everyone who stuck with us in the preparation of this event. Remember, this was something that we should have prepared in January, for the end of January. And yeah, we had a bunch of delay issues, and I was coming in last minute for the nominees ceremony, and you guys know how well that one went. I hope this one went a bit smoother than the last one, actually. I'm really glad that the internet didn't go down this time around. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as I had enjoyed the show on the viewing part as I had hosting it. Again, big thanks to Eirik Holdal. I guess you can give him a few claps in chat, because he was there in good spirits. He couldn't be there in voice with me because of a few connection issues on his end in Norway, but yeah, it's really nice to be able to still be with the man himself, the creator of those TM awards. And yeah, I don't know whether or not I will be in the awards next year. That only depends on my performance and on your votes if I end up on the nominee list, but that's another different story entirely. The year is, again, very young. We're only at the end of April. We still got a lot of time to go until the next TM Awards. Anyways, I want to thank everyone. I want to take the time to thank everyone in the award staff. So Eirik for actually calling me up, Lauz for providing the visuals here and trusting me on the technical side, Johnny Boy on the website part, who has been revealing the results one by one throughout this entire night, and yeah, the rest of the entire staff deserves some applause. So I guess you can give some claps in chat for them too. And yeah, this has been it for me. This has been it for the Trackmania Awards 2019, finally concluded. And yeah, I think there's only one fitting way to send off with the proper end screen right now. And yeah, this has been it for me. I've been Thomas Mengozi, aka GGeek. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all next time.